Hello everyone, I'm going to be explaining trick number 25, which is rapidly multiplying two-digit numbers without showing any work. So I want to first start off by saying that the words showing no work make me a little bit nervous, and I still feel like even using this trick, many of my students would still find it necessary to show work. So I'm actually going to be showing how I would explain the trick, starting off showing work and explaining to my students that as they practiced more, they would eventually get to the point where they probably would be able to not show all the work and steps in between. So I would actually start off with exercise number 1, which was 13 times 21. And the first thing I would have them do is simply just multiply it the traditional method. So 13 times 21, we do our 1 times 3, 3, 1 times 1, 1, 2 times 3, bring down our 6, 2 times 1, 2. Then adding down our columns, we would end up with a product of 273. I would then show this problem all over again using our trick, which I would call the X method of multiplying. I would say, think of it, multiplication sign as an X. We're going to be creating an X when we do this process of multiplication. So I would start off telling them actually to multiply down. So we would start with 3 times 1, place it here in the ones unit, 3. Next, I would explain to them we're going to create an X. We're going to circle and create an X. So then we're going to multiply up and across. So 2 times 3, 6, I'm just going to place it up above. 1 times 1, 1, I'm going to place it up above. And then I would explain to them that the sum of these two numbers up here is going to become our middle number, or the number in the 10 spot. So 6 plus 1, there's our 7. Now remember, we multiplied down and then up and across, so now I would explain we're going to finish by multiplying down again. So 1 times 2 is 2. And there's our product, 273, which is the same thing we got with the traditional method. Then I would move on to exercise number 3 and show the trick, this time where they're going to have to be doing some carrying over. So using the X method, I would first start by multiplying down. So 2 times 5 is 10. Now we're going to put the 0 in the 1 spot, and we're going to carry that 1 up just like we would in the traditional method of multiplying. We're just going to place it up here. Now I'm going to create my X and multiply up and across. So 1 times 2 is 2. I put my product up there. 5 times 3, 15. I put my product there. And now I'm simply going to add them all together. 2 plus 15 is 17, plus 1 more is 18. Now I'm going to come down here and put my 8 in my tens position, but instead of writing 18, I'm going to stick my 1 right here next to it. And then we're going to finish with our multiplying down, because we go down, up and across, and then we finish down again. 3 times 1 is 3, but I have this little 1 to add to it, so we get a 4. And our product of 32 times 15 would be 480. And here's elementary exercise number 8. I'm going to do it with you just like I would with my students. So telling them we're going to use this X method of multiplying. So we start by multiplying down. So 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to put my 2 in my ones, and I'm going to carry my 1 up here. Then we're going to create our X. 3 times 3 is 9, put it up here. 4 times 5 is 20, put it up here. And now I'm going to add all 3 of these together. So 9 plus 20 is 29, plus 1 more, I now have 30. So I'm going to come down here to the 10 spot, and I need a 30. So I'm going to put my 0, and then my 3, remember, instead of putting next to it, I'm just going to put it right here above the equals sign there. And then I finish with multiplying down. So I went down, up and across, now I finished down. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is 18. And there's our product, 1,802. And then to take a look at a brain builder, here's brain builder number 2, 66 times 44. So using our X method of multiplying, we would go 6 times 4 is 24. We're going to be carrying the 2 up here. Now I create my x. So 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to add all 3 of them across the top. So 24 plus 24, 48, plus 2 more is 50. So here goes the 0. My 5 goes up here, and then I multiply down. So 6 times 4 is 24, and 5 more, 29. So I end up with 2,904. And then after a lot of practice, I would hope that they would eventually get to the point where they may not have to show all their work. And that's trick 25.